as we approach the end of the year, I'm sure many of you are still wondering what's going to happen to interest rates, what you should do about refixing, should you go for it now, should you wait, and so on and so forth. I did say a while back that I feel there's a very, very good chance that fixed rate mortgages could break the 4% threshold before the end of the year, and that's genuinely break the 4% threshold. I don't mean sort of funny figures like the deal the State Bank of India offered 2-3 months ago, which was less than 4%, but for 2 years, but a 5% fee, which is absolutely outrageous. I'm talking sub 4% with a moderate fee. We're very close, might not make it in the next 2 weeks, but I'd be happy now to say that I believe almost definitely before the end of January we will get there. What will happen now? The lenders are holding out and not only trying to tie you into higher rates for as long as possible, but they are extorting still ridiculous fees from people. I believe that fees of 3% or more are outrageous for a 2-year fixed deal, effectively adding 1.5% per year to the actual rate that you're paying. I do feel that that shouldn't actually be permitted, but there you go. And what will happen is lenders will not reveal their hand. They will not reveal that they are cutting rates, but because their volume of business has collapsed over the last few months, despite the narrative, despite the ongoing rhetoric, the volume of lending has dropped significantly. They need the business and they're competing and lowering rates on a daily basis. But obviously they're not going to tell you today what they plan to do tomorrow. They know that most people conduct their initial search on comparison sites or Google, etc. So they need to make sure that they are offering something that brings them up near the top because it is so competitive. Otherwise, they just won't get seen and borrowers will see other lenders first. I do believe that rates will come down, and following that, once they've reached the floor and they can't really go much lower until the base rate begins to drop, which I believe it will do in the new year or sometime next year, then that's when the fees will begin to come down. So at the moment, whereas you could be facing 4.5% to 5% fixed for 2 years plus a 3% fee, I believe that by the end of January you'll be able to get sub 4%, and within 2 or 3 months of that sub 4% will also be accompanied by a very small, negligible or even zero fee, because that's what they will have left to bargain with. Obviously it is their job, their intention to extort as much money as they possibly can from borrowers, whether it is ethical or not. With regards to interest rates, I do believe now, from where we are now, and this is as things stand at the moment, and they could change. How many times have they changed over the last year? I can see the base rate beginning to come down in the spring or summer eve at the latest, and it wouldn't surprise me if we have 2 or 3 interest rate falls through the next year, because the Bank of England will find itself in a position that it will have to act to kickstart the economy, because the economy, after being subjected to all of these rate rises, which are only now beginning to really bite, will need to be kick-started again, and they will have to lower their interest rates. You can never say never in any way, upwards or downwards. It's possible that things could change and they don't fall. However, it is possible that the economic climate could become so dire that by this time next year we could be looking at rates of below 3 or even lower. But who knows? That's not a prediction. Nobody can predict that. So once again, depending on your situation, it's horses for courses. If you are thinking to refix even though you know that the chances are there's going to be a better deal around the corner, please not only look at your application fees, but more importantly, the exit fees. Because if you sign up for something that has 2 or 3% application fee and 2 or 3% exit fee, that's going to be a very, very expensive short-term switch. Anyway, thank you very much. If you have any questions about anything to do with property, as always, feel free to get in touch by phone, by email, or message me directly, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.